Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, it's me again, Daramati, and welcome to Module 3, Meeting 7. Well, in this module, as usual, we are going to talk about technology, but the structure it will be a little bit different. We are going to talk about independent, dependent, and dependent clause. But to remind you again, each learning is dependent state. So turn on your emotional into feeling excited, feeling curious, feeling happy about the lesson. So when you feel happy, when you can use emotional in learning, it will stay in your long-term memory, as Jim Pick said. Okay, so feel happy today? Let's go to the lesson. Let's take a brief about the lesson. This module will cover structure, speaking, reading, and writing as usual. The structure will discuss dependent clause, independent clause. The speaking will discuss the database management, database administration. And the reading and listening is also about database administration. So before we go further, turn on your memory about database administration. I do believe all of you have learned about the database administration. Okay. And structure, let's take a look briefly about the independent clause. We name it an independent clause if it expresses a complete thought. So the sentence is already complete and it is already understandable. For example, she likes working in the lab and learning language programming. That is a complete thought. Waiting to finish my study is exciting. It is also a complete thought. It is a complete sentence. So this we call independent clause. Example of independent clause joined together. It means there are two independent clauses you can join by using coordinated conjunction and, or. But here I only use but and. Okay. The example one, playing computer is a lot of fun. That is the first clause. And the second, be able to make game is even better. We put a connector here, but. So there are two dependent clauses joined together. Okay. We name it clause if there is a subject and a verb. Jadi clause itu kalimat dalam bahasa Inggris dikatakan kalimat jika ada subjek dan kata kerjanya. Saya ulangi, clause itu adalah kalimat dan dalam bahasa Inggris dikatakan kalimat kalau ada subjek dan kata kerjanya. Baik. Kalimat kedua, independent clause joined together. All of us studied computer and we agreed it was enjoyable. There are two clauses and joined together. And the third sentence, I checked my email this morning, but I forgot to reply my friend's email. There are two clauses that join together. The example of semicolon in the sentence in independent clause. So you can also, of course, use semicolon to make independent clauses. For example, last week I visited campus. I visited campus this morning as a Pertemuan. Sorry, this sentence is there is a mistake here. Last week I visited campus. I saw computer fair. Okay. Next, I bought new laptop. My friend Diana bought. I bought new laptop, and my friend Dina bought InFocus. Okay. So also you can use semicolon for independent clauses. Okay. If there is independent clause, of course there is dependent clause. Dependent clause, it means it cannot stand alone. It needs another clause to make to be able to understand the clause. For example, in number 1, if you don't fix the error in application, it is dependent clause. It means we don't understand yet. The sentence or the clause, it is not yet complete. It won't be able to execute. It won't be able to execute. It is independent clause. It won't be able to execute. It is meaningful. But if you don't fix the error in application, it is less meaningful. Okay, jadi kalau ada independent clause, kalimat yang independent yang sudah bisa difahami makna konteksnya, konteks atau makna kalimatnya, maka tentu saja ada dependent clause, kalimat yang belum lengkap, artinya masih butuh penjelasan lain untuk melengkapi kalimat tersebut. Contoh number 2, the example number 2, while the computer is being fixed, we have typed the assignment in CafeNet. While the computer is being fixed, it is dependent clause. It is not yet complete told. We have typed the assignment. It is mistype. Sorry, seharusnya there is we have typed with ed. We have typed the assignment in CafeNet. Sorry, this is a mistypo. We have typed the assignment in a cafe that will make the sentence perfect. Let's make it meaningful. Okay, the next exercise, it is important to back up your data. So this is also mistype. It is important to back up your data. It is dependent. It is important to back your data. Sorry, this is dependent clause. It is already complete out. You might have a problem with the computer zone is also a complete thought. Before you leave a computer lab, it is dependent clause. It is not yet complete. Don't forget to turn off all pieces. Don't forget to turn off all pieces is complete thought. So, before you leave the computer lab, it is not yet complete thought. So, to make it complete, we need independent clause. Okay, next, I can go to the movie. Since I have finished my computer, I have to finish my computer project. Since I have to finish my computer project, it is dependent clause, and I can go to the movie. It is dependent clause to complete the dependent clause. Whether you have understood the language well or not, the computer test is today. The computer test is today is the independent clause. We'll stop playing game. That is the independent clause. When my phone is low battery. Okay, when my phone is low battery, it is the dependent clause. Okay. The exercise in this sentence, in this module, meeting 7 or unit 7, it is really easy for you. We have provided space for you to write whether the underlying clause dependent or independent clause. So you only need to write down what kind of clause in a sentence. It is pretty easy to do that, so I hope you have no problem with that. But however, if you have problem with in answering that during the e-learning or online lesson, don't be hesitate to contact the lecturer, or you can always contact me. Okay, I think we have no problem with the structure, and then later on in the reading you can also check your understanding on dependent or independent clause by underlining the dependent or independent clauses. Jadi nanti pada reading itu, dalam reading semua jenis structure atau frasa sudah terdapat dalam reading tersebut. Jadi kalian kalau ingin memperdalam atau lebih paham lagi tentang dependent atau independent clauses, kalian bisa melatihnya pada reading dalam modul 3 pertemuan ke-7 tersebut. Baik, structure saya pikir it is no problem. You can always contact me or contact the lecturer if you have any difficulties on doing the structure. Okay, this is one of my favorites. Practice your English using the mobile, of course. Practice the conversation with your partner. If the lesson it is in the classroom, of course it will be easy for you to practice with anyone, with your classmate. But if you are on e-learning, online learning, it is easy also. Don't worry, you can practice your English by recording your voice. But before you go to recording, make sure you understand every single word in this conversation. That is the first stage of learning English. You understand the context of the conversation, you understand what you are going to say, you understand the meaning. Make sure you understand all the vocabulary. Baik, jadi pastikan untuk tahap pertama memahami meningkatkan kemampuan berbahasa adalah dalam setiap percakapan pastikan kalian paham betul setiap katanya, setiap kosakatanya, kalian paham konteks isi percakapan tersebut sehingga you can improve the idea, kalian bisa menambah ide tersebut atau bisa menggantinya dengan ide sendiri. Jadi ini percakapan antara Adam dan Erik itu cuma contoh, kalian bisa menggantinya dengan pemahaman, pengalaman atau pengetahuan sendiri yang berhubungan dengan DBA. Baik, karena ini pertemuan 7 saya ingin kita melatihnya bersama. Ini ada nomor, dan pengalaman saya di kelas, nomor itu selalu menjadi masalah karena I want you to practice more number because in my experience some of you are difficult to express number. Okay, well, I will read and repeat. I will read and repeat. I'll pause the reading about 10 seconds or 15 seconds, and please repeat. What do you think of data administrator job? Is it good career? I think database administrators are needed in many offices. Yes, it is very promising career. A company will pay much for DBA. What skill do I need to be database administrator? You have to be good at solving problems, good at analytical skill, be familiar with data manipulating language, and organizational skill. How much does a data administrator pay? Well, if you work in USA, you will be paid $79,120 per year. That's a lot. And what certification do I need to be a DBA? Try to get Oracle DB certified professional or Microsoft SQL Server. Where I can apply DBA job? You can apply job in hospital, all financial institutions, retail businesses, manufacturers, films, computer company, and many more. I think I need to get Microsoft certification and finish my computer science degree on time. Good luck, I'm sure you can make it. You are smart. Thank you. Anytime. Okay, I want you to read and record your voice. You can replay Eric's answer. You can give your own expression. So, okay, well, that's all for the listening. For the speaking. Challenge yourself to speak better. Remember, this lesson, it is not only to help you to to improve your English, but also you are training yourself to be a speaker, to be a good speaker using media or technology. Okay, in the listening session is still about DBA, database administrator. You have to listen to Sultan Isa Hampton talking about database administrator. Make sure you understand every single word and you can answer the question, 2 or 4 questions. And if you don't understand by listening once, you can play more than once. Okay. For reading, of course, also we'll discuss database administrator. Challenge yourself to understand every single word. And also here in reading, you are requested to underline the dependent and independent clause to train yourself to understand the context of the reading, and also you understand the structure. Overall, in this module 3, meeting 7, the arrangement of the lesson is still the same. First is structure, speaking, reading, and then writing. Writing, of course, you are requested to write your idea in English or translating some sentences in Indonesia. But make sure when you are requested to write in English, express your idea that connected to the subject we are discussing in each chapter. Okay, so listening, speaking, listening, or reading, or writing are 4 basic skills that we compose. We have to master in English. And that's all from the module 7, from module 3, meeting 7. See you in the next chapter. Enjoy the lesson. Turn on your curiosity, turn on your emotional, so you can enjoy the lesson. And when you enjoy the lesson, of course, you can understand more. Thank you very much. I do apologize for any shortcoming. Mohon maaf atas segala kekurangan. See you next chapter, insyaAllah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.